Hello. So it's been a while. I'm not gonna lie here. It's been a long time. But welcome to season 2 of Stories About Stories. Okay, so you'll notice that it's a different background. Might be because I've moved. I don't know. It's one of those things. I unlike in the past where I have been generally surrounded by puppeteering objects, this time I did have to populate my area somewhat, although I promise I have not chosen ahead of time what exactly I'm going to be using. So it's still got an element of randomness to it. All right, so it's been a while. Linear time is hard, and I don't expect anybody, least of all myself, to understand it. So let's just jump in as if there has been no time lost, and maybe for you there hasn't been. I don't know. Maybe you're doing this all in a big row. Maybe this is the first one you've ever seen. So I'm going to go back or forward to an old familiar favorite for me, which is the murder ballad. I love murder ballads. You know, it's music of my childhood, which tells you many things about me, frankly. And I think there's just a lot to be gained from it. So previously we've done Sweet William. If you haven't heard that one, you really should, because a lot of what we're going to end up talking about today still may be coming from that. So there's going to be some repeating themes, or possibly even just, I might just say something, assume that you know what I'm talking about. You have a lot of choices here, and I trust you to make them. So, today's story is a little thing called, well, it's called like a lot of different things, frankly. There's the Twa Sisters, which, if you speak Scottish, is the Two Sisters. There's I like how I'm like sitting here, I'm like, I don't know, it's other ones. Yeah. So, oh, the Cruel Sister, that's the other one. And by the way, that's something that we can address at a later time, is the entire Cruel family, because there are a lot of songs about cruel mother, a lot of cruel mothers, cruel sisters, cruel brothers, not really any cruel fathers, which is suspicious, frankly. I mean, there's some dodgy fathers, but there's no cruel fathers. I'm concerned about that. I'm not sure what that means. Oh, it might be the people who are singing the songs. But yeah, a lot of the Cruel family. So I first learned the song as the Cruel Sister. And if you can't tell, some shit's gonna go down. We're gonna start the story at the beginning. Now, we've already talked about at a previous episode what balladry tends to do, which is that it tends to remove any context at all and leave it in the realm of sex and violence. So we're gonna start off probably with the sex part. You want to start off with that and then kill everybody. Unless it's Sweet William, in which case, murder first. Alright, so, two sisters, both alike in dignity, in fair Verona where we lay our scene. Ancient blood, new mutiny, civil blood makes civil hands unclean. Okay, so, sister one, the oldest sister. Oh, look at that. This is ink that was never meant to be used, because that's way too pretty. The oldest sister. She's dark of hair, serious, I guess. I don't know. Dark in general. You may recall from previous discussions that light whiteness tends to be purity and goodness and blah, 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 blah. So, ooh, color hint here, because stay classy, Western society. Alright. And she had a younger sister. Younger sister. Oh, I'm proud of this puppet. Younger sister right there. Yep. Oh, yeah. Younger sister. Younger. Prettier. Blonde. Because of course she was. Blonde and so on. Two sisters. total buds, as you can probably tell. Suddenly, one day, oh, and they live in their mom's house because, I don't know, it's the beginning of the song. One day, okay, one day, a dude shows up who is definitely not Hawkeye. That would be weird. And he says, I've come to marry one of these daughters. Cool? Cool. That's what you do when you have a castle, when you have daughters. Now, this is the oldest one. I'm totally courting you. Excellent. Good. Here, have some bows and some arrows. I mean, gloves and rings. Because that's what you do to court people. Unless you're me, in which case, bows and arrows. And she's like, oh, that's really great. I'd love to. Thank you. That's fantastic. And he's like, no problem. I am here to woo you. And that's my job. So she goes off to go try on her gloves and shit. And comes the youngest sister. And they make time. Crazy time. Because he had to marry the oldest one. But the youngest one, the blonde, pretty pale one, had his heart. Right. Oh, did the oldest sister find out? Well, it'd be a really short song if she didn't. So, she says, sis, yes? I like how she has like the, and she has like my voice. Not that my younger sister's blonde or anything. I don't know what you're talking about. Sis, yes. You want to go for a walk? I want to go for a walk. A walk would be totally great. I could go for a walk. Yes. Walking. Let's walk together. Oh, what's this? It's a cliffside. Let's walk on the cliffs. Cliffs are great. Let's walk on the cliffs. Walking on the cliffs, walking. Look at that. Look at that. Hey, could you look at yeah! She knocks her into the water. As if my puppetry wasn't clear. Knocks her off the cliff into the water dimension. There is an ocean. There's an ocean. And she's swimming. Well, sort of swimming. Sometimes she sinks, sometimes she swims. Sometimes she sinks, sometimes she swims, etc. and so forth. She evidently has enough breath left in her, though, to say things like, oh, I don't know. Oh, sister, let me live, and all that's mine I'll surely give. And the sister's like, yeah. I have an idea. How about you give me your true love? She's like, I'm not sure that's something I can give. Oh, that's too bad, because it means you have to totally die. And bad news, she totally does. Off she floats along, because that's what you do in the ocean. And at some point or another, she floats to land. Now, this is where the logic part, even more than what's later, this is the logic part that bothers me. Because, okay. We're gonna see what this is. All right. Ooh, careful, body. A little corpse right here. 2 minstrels show up. The minstrels are currently demonstrated by this dinosaur rock. It's 2 minstrels. And they say, oh, dead girl on the land. What should we do with this dead girl? What should we do? Should we bury her? No, it's foolish. Should we leave her to be and to rot? No, that doesn't seem right. I know. We'll open her up and take out her breastbone. That'll be that part right there. There. Take out her breastbone. Cut off some of her hair. That sounds like a good idea. And then we're going to turn her into a harp. Because that's not the creepiest fucking thing ever. I don't know why these guys don't get arrested, but I don't know. They're wanderers, they're minstrels. Apparently minstrels just get to do whatever the fuck they want. So, breastbone. Hair. Alright, there you go. Yeah, okay. Alright, now we got a creepy harp. Creepy harp. Minstrels are like, great, we have our fantastic musical instrument, which I'm certain is going to sound amazing, because that's what you get with bones and hair. So let's go up to the nearest castle. What's the nearest castle? What's the nearest castle? Oh, it's that one over there on the cliffside by the ocean where we currently are. Let's go up there. So go up to the ocean. Castle. And wouldn't you know it, there's a wedding going on. A fantastic wedding. Between whom? I can't put this down, so we're going to have to do some difficult stuff. Between whom? The sister and the dude. Oh, well, they were going to get married anyway, so that's pretty good. Dude's kind of sad, but we're going to ignore that because who cares? There's the sister. She's having a fabulous time. Yes, she is. Like, not feeling guilty at all, because who's going to know? Who is going to know what happened to her younger sister? Nobody. Oh, wait. This is a ballad. Shit goes down in ballads. What kind of shit? Well, minstrel. I wish I had two, like, okay. Minstrel shows up. He says, oh, I got the sweet-ass harp. Oh, look at that. Yeah. And everyone's like, that. I think it's like bloody and gross. Don't worry about it. Don't worry. That's art. So let's just, we're just going to put it on the floor. Put it on the floor. And suddenly it begins to play by itself. Because that's not the creepiest. Yeah, we've talked previously about magic that happens that, no, dead things will come back. Don't murder people when you're in a ballad. I mean, don't murder people in general, obviously. But in ballads, it's not going to go well for you. Excuse me, I have to. There you go. I don't know if that. Well, okay, so my thing just said I had a low battery, but you know what? Screw that. We're going to keep going. And I hope that didn't cut out at all. Anyway, where were we? Ballads. In ballads, don't murder people. And if you do murder people, it's going to turn out poorly for you. And here's why. They laid that on a stone. And oh, the harp began to play alone. You'll never guess what it says. The first string, so it starts going, la, la, la. For some reason, they're like, how could this go poorly? So they touch one string. And it says, what the hell does it say? It says something like, in terror sits the black-haired bride. Second string. The bride her younger sister drowned. And the third string. And surely now her tears will flow. It's like the harp being like, feel guilty yet, bitch? Huh? Guilty? You should feel guilty. You should feel guilty, because look at me. Look at me now. A fucking harp. A gross harp. I'm a gross harp made by gross people. Why did you even invite them to this? Okay, no. We're not going to focus on that. How dare you? And that's the end of the ballad. I mean, that's all there is. Like, it's just this accusation of murder, and then we're sort of we're assuming that there's punishment. We've already had the supernatural happen. We've had, unfair murder. We've had a wedding. I mean, if the wedding's already happened, she's already married. But we don't get the aftermath, the well done. Now we can, unlike Sweet William, where we then set fire to everybody. No, that's the end. It's the big denouement, is the reveal is the end of the song. I like to think that instead of the older sister getting into any trouble, maybe she does, but instead of her, I like to think that they throw the minstrels in jail, like, immediately, because that's, like, the creepiest thing. How was that a good idea? How were they thinking to themselves, I know it, let's desecrate the dead. Yeah, you stay down there. And also, you can't trust random dead harps. Like, what? Maybe it's a lie. Maybe it's a demon. Huh? Hamlet. Let's think about some Hamlet here. We haven't talked about Hamlet yet, but we're going to. No, it could be a Hamlet situation. Is it a demon? Is it a ghost? We don't know. I mean, all the sister really has to do is not freak out. And, yeah, all we really know is that she's turned maybe a bit pale, and that's only if this thing is telling the truth. So I don't know. To conclude, throw these guys in jail. Keep your cool. Might be evil. I mean, we know it isn't, but they don't know it isn't. And, long run, bro, don't be asking one girl to marry you and making time with the other. That's not cool. It's not okay. I think you cause a lot of trouble here. Don't murder. Don't make time with somebody when you know that, like, they're gonna hang out with your sister. Like, what the hell is your... Run away if that's gonna be your deal. I don't know. I don't... I threw her over a cliff. Well, I am the dark-haired sister, and that's the way it's gonna go. I hope my own sister doesn't watch this. Or, you know what? I hope you do watch this. Yeah. Alright. There is no film version of this yet, and I hope there is someday, so that I can take my sister to it and stare at her meaningfully when she's not looking.